Oh, hello! I'm Brandon Rakes. I'm founder of Greenlight Cinema. Today we'll be doing the review for Fargo that has been long awaited for, I guess. This is kind of a new video for me in a way. I just wanted to try and do something for you guys. But if you guys like my writing or if you guys like this video, just, let me know on the Greenlight Cinema page. Got my water here in case I lose my voice. I feel like this is going to be a long review.
I'm not afraid to make the first move. These Kansas City mooks come at you shooting. Cut the goddamn nose off their face.
Your Indian killed them.
I didn't know that was happening.
I want to know what they're gonna do before they do it. Otherwise, you can die with the rest of them.
Some big coincidence that suddenly we got 4 victims in 24 hours, yourself included.
My wife is dead, and you're harassing me.
Just leave poor Lester alone, will you?
Found this on my windshield last week. You got bronzer on your blackmail note. I'm taking over.
I ran his plates, and it turns out that the car was registered to one of your victims.
30 milligrams. I'll take 2 of these, think you're gonna nap. It's basically speed.
Well, I guess this is probably a great way to start the review after some of that footage. Sorry about season 3. I was like a little recap on all the seasons right there. I really kind of just want to specifically just get into one season today, and this is a Greenlight Cinema review. Just want to make. I normally don't do review videos, but like I said before, Fargo is just so long and extensive, the episodes and everything. It's just so much to talk about. So I thought, why not make a video and send it to you guys, send it to you guys, make a thing. So what's Fargo about? Well, I'm going to get into season 2. Spoilers ahead, and if you hadn't seen the season, it's a great season, but it's like a prequel though to like the first season, which they're really not. They're pretty linear, so you don't have to like really like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to watch season 1 and then watch season 2. You can just get the gist of the show. But I would go ahead and say start with the movie though. See, I didn't do that. I watched season 1 and season 2. And seen the movie and everything. The movie's interesting. It's okay. I like the Coen brothers' idea for it. I liked the, it was funny and it was interesting. It was new at the time too. No one ever seen nothing like that. With their humor and just like,
Whole world. We're just out of balance. Used to know right from wrong, moral center. Now, do yourself a favor. Lock the door.
Hit him again.
Give me a chocolate, please.
There's a sugar in that tree.
Yeah.
I want to be the best me I can be.
You're dancing with the wrong girl.
I'm not afraid of a war.
Watch your toes now.
Suppose we ought to get that down.
Fargo, all new Monday.
So that was like a little trailer of the season. But this Egon, my puppy, yeah. Went in to be in the review. I need someone to talk to in these reviews. I get lonely. Well, I'm sorry. My first review. Anyway, Egon. Well, I want to get started. Alright, sorry. You can go over there if you want to. On the first episode, it starts out like this. We got best I remember. This is terrible. Say like a bunch of couple little things. He finally sits next to her. He said, I'm gonna change your mind about this. And she gives him this like biblical reference, which was about Job. I thought was really neat. I'm a Christian, so I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. But pretty much it was really funny. She was like, you're a little damn, aren't you? And he was like, look, it's not this hard. He's like, I just need to get my hands on some that money of the typewriters. And she's like, oh, you're that creep, or with that creep, and sprays him with bug spray. This provokes in the little brother to shoot. So Rag Earhart, he shoots the judge. And he shoots her. She's like, oh, crap. Falls down. Then we have a cook. Shoots him. Then the waitress screams, shoots him. Then total chaos. He's robbing the cash register and getting some things. And all of a sudden the judge pops up and stabs him right in the freaking back. And he's like, it blows her away. Has this really incredible scene, which we see it twice in season 2 and 3. It's repeated with like the blood, and she got ordered a milkshake, so we see like her blood and this milkshake just like forming out together. It's pretty wild. They did that for season 2 and season 3. It's really wild. Yeah, I really like the imagery right there. So yeah, but yeah, the blood and the milk, it was wild, and we see that in season 3. I don't think I have a video of that. But anyway, going to that, and after he kills her, murders like the whole like Waffle Hut. Sorry. And what happens then is he sees a UFO on the road, and like gets out onto the road and gets struck by a vehicle. In which then the vehicle just takes off, and who's driving it is Peggy Blomquist, who is Kirsten Dunst, and she just drives home, casual, cool, makes dinner, changes clothes, with possibly a dead or very injured person on her car. So just keep that in mind that her character, she's not like really all the way there. So after that, we cut to Lou, and now if you hadn't seen season 1, spoilers, Lou, he's the other Carradine. I can't remember his name right now. He played him in the very first season of Fargo, and he plays the older version of Lou. Excuse me. And Lou speaks about Sioux Falls, and that's an event that happens in season 2 that we'll discuss and get into in other videos. But if this one goes well, might be the last one I'm picking. Lou is in modern day time. I mean, Lou from the first season and Molly from the first season are in this, and now they're playing, and now it's their younger versions we're seeing. This is a prequel season, actually. And so we see Lou as a state cop, as he mentioned in the first season, and we see Molly as a child. She's 6, and they talk about her mom or something like that, but her mom's dying of cancer at stage 4, I believe they say. And I love her character throughout the whole thing. She does such a great job. The actress, I can't remember her name right off. She did such a good job. I think it's funny though. I read somewhere or watched something online that during in between takes that she just said happened to ask Ted Danson what Cheers was, and she said she had never seen Cheers before, which I find that a little hard to believe, but I guess maybe not everyone's seen Cheers. And they said that Ted actually took the time to and it was funny trying to see him explain what it was to her, and it made me laugh because I'm just trying to picture Ted Danson explaining to someone Cheers. Anyway, so yeah, her dad is played by Ted Danson, the woman dying of cancer, Molly's mom, and she says, "Phone for you, hon." And Lou gets on the phone and finds out there's been a murder there's been a couple, 3 murders at the Waffle Hut. And so now his big main goal is to get up there and check it out, which he does with Ted Danson. And they do a little search and investigation type thing, and they find a shoe. Yeah, it's a shoe, alright. That's where it came from in the trailer. Rye got hit so hard by Kirsten Dunst that one of his shoes came off and got thrown into a tree. And Ted sees it at the crime scene, and so they get a few bits of evidence. I like this one little scene where he says he asks Lou asked Ted Danson, Hank, that's his name in the show. Hank asked him, he's like, does state want to get involved? He's like, we do not. He's like, but state can provide. Given the gravity of the situation, whatever, I'm not sure if that's verbatim. Anyway, they show the next day, and it's heating up, kind of. Ryan never came back. No one ever heard from him. His family's looking for him. They haven't started looking for him yet. Sorry, let me get to, before all this happens, they ask about Rye. Where's he at? And they're like, don't look at me, we don't know, the grandma's trying to figure out, It's a neat little scene here because we get to see the beauty of this family and how they react to each other. And I'm telling you, all of the actors in this were seamless. They just were so natural together. Jeffrey Donovan, which I mentioned before, I liked him in this. He plays Dodd Gerhardt. Dodd walks in or whatever, and Bear's sitting in his seat, and they that's his brother, and they start and their dad goes, as soon as your ladies are done dancing, he's like, we'll get to talking. And there's a little rivalry. Boy, there's a big rivalry going on with them. I said rivalry. I'm sorry. Rivalry. Anyway, there's a feud going on between the brothers. That's a theme of all of the Fargo seasons. I thought was really interesting, and it's like a brother type, and it's a little bit of biblical stuff seasoned in there and thrown in there. But their dad has a stroke, and so it's now left to someone to have to take it over. Dodd thinks that's going to be him, the oldest, and Bear, like I said, I don't think really, wants it. But the main thing is, where's Rye, and who's talked to him last, and let's see if we can find him. The little brother. And then we get a little scene with, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm still on the first episode, sorry about that. Lou goes into a barn, or no, he goes into the veterans, the VW. Yeah, they got a VW down there. It's really cool. And we get to see a little scene from Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. I love, what's his name? Nick Offerman.
Come to me in a minute. He's real funny and stuff, and I think that's almost his natural speaking voice, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he is very like he has got that Minnesotan perfect. His character's name is Carl Weathers. He's a lawyer. He's the only lawyer in town, and he stays drunk constantly, which is great. And so Lou tells him a little bit about what's going on with Betsy, his wife, and the cancer and everything. And they both show their concerns and everything. But it's a little light scene, they kind of show Lou's friends and kind of set up, Sonny owns a garage. And like I said before, Carl Weathers is the lawyer in town, the only lawyer in town, and stays drunk constantly. Nick Offerman, yep, that's his name, played by Nick Offerman. And so they get back, and Ulu gets back to the house and drinks some milk in a carton. Loved it, reminded me of like Brady Bunch or something. And his wife Betsy. She asked him. She was like, you can use a glass. He was like, yeah, but it tastes different in a glass. I can't do the accent right now. She was like, asking about the crime scene. And we talked a little bit about it, and they kind of a little sweet scene where they get close for a minute and joke around. Oh, he said your dad will be here for dinner in a suit of armor. That's like what he says. That's what Ted Danson says a lot throughout the whole season. And she's like, you like one souffle, I'm fine. And he cuts, and it gets real slow, and it's a real sweet little scene. But then after that, it kind of ends. And I want to say this is in episode 1 or in episode 2, but I'm not sure. This review's kind of starting to run over a little bit now. I'm about ready to wrap up this review. So it goes like this from what I remember. We cut to the Kansas City mob, kind of having pictures or whatever of the Gerhardt sons. We got Dodd, Bear, and Rye. Oh my gosh. I didn't even talk about what happened to Rye after he got hit by the car.
Alright, if you're still watching, let me finish this review and wrap it up. So Ryan got hit by the car. They're at Peggy and Ed's house. Ed gets home from work. I feel so bad for him, He has no idea what he's walking into. Peggy, played by Kirsten Dunst, she comes home, makes dinner, makes hamburger helper. And it's funny. So Ed and they're just eating dinner, had a normal day. Okay then. See you tomorrow. And then he's on his way back home. He then sees his wife, and he asks her. He's like, "So how did everything go?" And they're talking about their day. They hear a noise in the garage. She intentionally knocks over some more, like that right there. And when she does, more noise starts to occur. So Ed goes to investigate and looks, and he was like, "Did you bring the deer home with you, hon?" And turns on a flashlight, sees that it's Rye Gerhardt, and Rye comes at him like charging, stabs him, or no, almost tries to stab Ed. Ed gets some type of soil, he's struggling, and he murders him. This man is in his own home trying to murder Ed. So, but then he asks Peggy, he's like, "Why did you hit this guy?" Or why didn't you take him to a hospital? And she's like, "Oh, I took the back road." He was like, "Back roads?" He's like, "A man is dead." He was like, "What are we going to do?" She convinces him. She's like, you want a family. We're married. You want kids. You want the butcher shop you work at. All that can be gone if all that can be gone if we don't clean this murder up and pretend this never happened. And so he just does that. He does exactly what she wants him to do, and she convinces him to get rid of the body. He works at a butcher shop. I don't think you have to be a brain scientist to put that one together. So yeah, it's a little gross, but it didn't get like too gratuitous though. Like and it's a few great little dolly shots I like that they had, and panning out, showing Peggy, Ed. They're like sitting together praying and everything. All that can be gone, and he don't want to lose that. And so they stuff Rye in a freezer. Don't report it to the police or anything, which to me probably would have been like, like, hey, a stranger came to my house, we need to get rid of I wouldn't want to get rid of this, but anyway, it's just a show. You just you think to yourself, what would you do in these types of situations? Hopefully, Lord's willing, no one will ever have to be in these situations. So it ends like that with them. But now we go to Kansas City, and here's my favorite part of this, where I think it gets pretty interesting. So we got Brad Gerhardt, who's playing Joe Bolo at the time, and he does a great performance. I love Brad Gerhardt in Fargo. Very intimidating. He says he's focused on the Gerhardt family and how they can absorb them. And that's really what it's about. They want to absorb them, and he really wants to just get rid of them. He's like, we got 3 we got to worry about. And he's like, Otto had a stroke. The father of the Gerhardts had a stroke, and he's like, so he had a stroke. So that leaves us with the 3 boys. Dodd, the oldest, hothead. He don't say that though, because they don't know him yet. He leaves us with the oldest, Dodd, and then there's Bear, and then there's Rye. They don't know Rye's dead yet. And so after that, he talks to his boss, and they got the, because it's the 70s, the projectors and everything. That he's like, showing them pictures of the Gerhardt Syndicate and the family and who all they got to go up against, and he was like, and if they don't want to do, go by our ways, Brad Garrett says, or Joe Bolo says, then we liquidate. Which I like, because I thought that sounded kind of intimidating. Which I guess means murder. And get rid of that family. That's the theme of this season, is the small mom and pop things are going down. And the bigger business, the business with one store that you can get everything at, clothes, food, toys, everything in one big convenience store. Anyway, thought it was kind of interesting, but yeah, so back to that, that's how it ends. Because Joe Bolo says, we liquidate. Then they cut to, they show his boss. I didn't get his name. I'm not even sure if they mentioned his name. They probably did. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. He says, approved. And then it ends for episode 1, season 2. And so that's how Fargo episode 1, season 2 ended, which I just said. So after this, this was my video for Green Light Cinema. Hope that you guys really liked it, and I'm going to try and do some more Fargo. This was a test. This was just like kind of a test in a way, but maybe you guys like it. I'm going to try to work some stuff and work some magic. If you haven't seen Fargo, please check it out, and please like and subscribe to my channel if YouTube lets me put this on. Alright, thanks. Bye.